Welcome to the lecture of DBMS. Today I am going to discuss about file system versus DBMS system. So what is the difference between these two systems, that is file system and DBMS system? What is the difference between the two? What are the advantages of file based system and disadvantages of file based system in comparison to advantages and disadvantages of database management system. So before going into the lecture about file versus DBMS system, first of all, one is supposed to discuss about the objective and outcome of the lecture. What will be the objective of the lecture? The purpose of the management system, any management system, either it is file management system or it is database management system. The main purpose of the database management system or management system is to store the data, to manage the data, and first of all to retrieve the data. So all the three steps will take place in accordance with each other, because if we retrieve the data, then there will be the structure where we are supposed to store the data, and structure is supporting the management so that retrieved data could be managed in an efficient way, because whenever any query is raised, it could be easily processed and without wasting any time. So the main objective of learning management system is to arrange the data. Next, what is the outcome of this? So that we can maintain the integrity. In the end, we are supposed to find the data without any hustle and bustle, because the main thing is backup is there in every database system, either it is file based system or it is database management system. But how that backup is it could be retrieved frequently, that is of the much important concern, because if we are having file based system and if we are having DBMS system, in order we can see the difference, because in file based system it is very difficult to retrieve the backup, and it in DBMS system it is very easy to get the backup because it is stored on the system software. But in file based system we are supposed to search for various types of files, and it may create uh, it may create some problems for us to find the exact data that is being asked, because a lot of files are there, and in that files what type of data is asked, we have to find it out by checking one file at a time. So it will be the total wastage of time. So what is the outcome? Backup. It is possible to take faster and automatic backup of the database stored in the files of the computer based system, that is database system, or it is MS Access. So what are the basically contents that I am going to discuss? What is traditional file system? Overview of the traditional file system, advantages of the traditional file system, what are the limitations of the traditional file system, what is DBMS, overview of the DBMS, components of the DBMS, what are the advantages of DBMS, and what are the limitations of the DBMS. Have a look at all these contents. So first one is traditional file processing. What is traditional file processing system? In traditional file processing system, every department has its own set of applications and its own files designed specifically for those applications. Now what does that mean? File processing system, it means, let's say I am working in organization, Suresh Ganvihar organization, there and I am working in the specialized department, that is computer science. Okay, so my department is going to store the database for the computer science department, but in the form of file, because I am talking about file system here. So they will design their database they will store their database according to their own requirements or according to the structure that they want to follow in the particular department, because it is not a uniform or a standard structure that they must follow, because it is not defined at the central level. Because if the structure is defined at the central level, it would be easy for the department to follow the uniform system in order to store the data. But in file based system it is not the case. In file based system, you can customize your storage requirement, you can customize your storage as well. So it is up to you how you are storing the data, how you are structuring the data in which you are supposed to store the data. So the structure may vary in the organization from department to department, and it is not uniformly defined at the central level. So various standards and protocols are not fixed in order to maintain the file based system in a particular department. So it is according to the need of the department, it is according to the way that department functions. So no proper overview or the proper structure is being followed, that is being set by the administration of that particular organization. So next point is the department itself working with processing staff set policies or standards for the format and maintenance of its files. Now, what does that mean? It means there will be the admin of the department. Obviously, if I am working in some department, there might be some head who is presiding over there. So, according to the head, what he directs his faculties to do, he will provide the structure, and according to his own understanding, he is directing us to maintain the database according to that particular format. Because those will be the policies, those will be the standards that will be set by the admin of a particular department. So one has to stick to those rules and procedures. So next is computer readable data in file system are kept in files stored on the magnetic tapes or disk. In older days, or I can say few years back, uh, the medium to store data was disks. Magnetic tapes were being used, and once the disk is crashed, it is not possible to recover the data, because it could be complex, it could involve complex procedure to recover the same. And it might be the case that in those times such recovery options were not there in order to recover the data, and technology was not up to the that mark as compared to it is today. So it was stored in the big disks and magnetic tapes. Moving forward, this is the diagram of the file based system. I will explain you what is this. Just have a look. Traditional file processing system. Now what is this traditional file processing system? In traditional file processing system there are three components. First is library, second is examination section, and third is registration section. So three departments are, or I yes, three departments are getting managed in file processing system. How? Library management system is having access to the library applications, issue book, return book, query book. In addition, there might be many functions that a library does support. So those functions will come under this, and in order to operate those functions, there will be the data that is associated with those functions, and that is stored in the database of the library management system software. So these are the files that contain data that is related to the queries of the library, or according to the library applications that is the function that the library does support. Issue book, query book, return book. In addition, there could be many more functions that you can add. I am just giving you the example that this could be possible, and this could be the outcome of the managing the traditional file based system. Just have a look at all these slides that I have discussed so far. Next is examination. So similarly, as we have discussed library management system software, examination department is there, and examination department is is having various operations, various applications that our examination department undergoes. It could be related to the exams that are being held in the university, or such as preparing of question papers, preparing of the question paper, preparing of the result sheets. In addition, there could be the preparation of the date sheets, and there could be more functions that you can add according to the examination department, and its data will be stored in this database. Next is registration. Now, what does registration could be any event that is going to happen in the university, or it could be the registration that is related to the activities of a particular department. So next is registration applications are being stored in the registration operations are stored in the registration application. Let's say course name in or the activity name in which the students are supposed to register, name, and in addition there will be the supporting details that are required to register for a particular event, so that a particular student could attend that event. Let's say student name, student branch, student enrollment number, and if he could have paid that fee to attend that event. So in this way, the data that is related to the registration application would be stored in the database files. So it will be stored here. All the queries will be handled here. So if any query is raised about at this moment, it could be handled by this database. In return, it is responding to the request of the application user. So in this way, traditional file processing systems were maintained. For example, to illustrate the traditional file processing system definition, let us take an example of college where student record for examination is stored in one file, admission records on the other file, and library record is on the different file. That creates many duplicate values like roll number, name, father name, and that create data redundancy. Now, data redundancy means same data is repeated over and again. So next is overview of the traditional file processing system. So what are the main points that are concerned with the traditional file processing system? First one is it stores the data of an organization in the group of files. There will be multiple files that will be there that are holding information for a particular organization, and in that organization there could be multiple files, and each file could store information about each department. It could be the case, or each department is further having multiple files according to the various streams that are available in that department. Next is files carrying data are independent on each other. If I am saying independent, what does data independent means? If computer science data is stored in one file, if computer science data is stored in one file, and there is one file that is related to the agriculture department, both will be independent, and this could not be the case that computers, if I am going to assess the files of the computers computer department, and there could be the case that they are having link with the agriculture department, because in this way it is very difficult for me to fetch the details about computer science department, because in order to fetch the details from the computer science department, I have to be I have to maintain a link with agriculture department as well, because computer science information, the information that is stored in the computer science department is dependent on the information that is also stored in the agriculture department. Because if I am requesting any query to the computer science department that is having um, further connection with the result in the agriculture department, so it will be difficult for me to contact two entities at a particular instant of time if I want a quick response. So the data should be stored independently after each other. Next is COBOL. C++ programming languages were used to design the files. These were the languages that were used in the earlier days. So next, each file contained data for some specific area or department, like library, student fee, and student examinations. As I told earlier, each file be independent. It could not be dependent on one another, because if I'm talking about the agriculture department, they are having their own unique set of roles. If I am talking about computer science department, they are having their own unique set of roles. So all the three entities are independent of each other. They are not related to each other via some means, because it will be difficult for me to maintain the data, because there will be connections between the data, and in order to maintain those connections, I should be contacting all the three departments in return, all the three, so that I can have access to all the three departments. So it is, and if this was the case in file system, it is very difficult to maintain the data, because it was not computerized. It has to be operated manually, so it would be difficult. Next is, it is less flexible and has many limitations. It is very difficult to maintain file processing system. Obviously, so much complexity is there. As I am saying already, that there could not be the dependence of the data between two entities. So it could you imagine that one department could work wholly at its own, because every department needs some sort of information from the other department, so it could be dependent on the other department for some sort of information. I am not saying it is 100% dependent on the other department for some information, but there might be the case that only 1%, or I can say 0.1% link is required at any moment of the time. So this could be keep in mind, and this is raising its limitation. Next is, any changes in file. One file affects all the files that create burden on the programmer. Because let's say there is a computer science department, and there are, I think, 20 files that are being created for the computer science department. And in computer science department, if I am making changes in the one student file, or student file, and there is a one record that I am supposed to change, I am supposed to reflect the changes in all other files as well, because it is, I am talking about only single department here. I am not talking about the independence. I am talking about the single department here. And in single department, if one file is stored, because let's say I am giving, you can say how the files are related to each other in one department. I can say, provide you the example. In computer science department, let's say there are some academic details that are stored in one file. There are some internship details that are stored in one file. There are some placement details that are stored in one file. In addition, there are some activities report or activities detail that are stored in the one file. So the student, there is any change, let's say there is the change in the home address of a particular student. Now I have to reflect that change in all the four files of the particular student. If there is the mobile number update about the particular student, it is the requirement to update the mobile number of a student, then I have to update all the files for that particular student in the mobile number column. Because when I am referring to academics detail, I am just looking at one file of the academic detail where the student's phone number are stored, and I can call any particular student at any time by looking at his phone number if I want to inquire about anything. Because I am not having enough time in order to watch all other files so that I can find the updated phone number. So that, after inquiring about the same, the chapter is closed. Now coming to the next file, internship file. If student number is updated and I updated in the first file, that is academic, and I did not update in the internship file, it will create problems for me, because internship data is dependent on the TNP cell. So if I am calling that student, he is not picking my phone, he is creating problem for me because his number is not updated. So in this way, I am supposed to make the changes in all the files that exist in the particular department. Next is file. In traditional file processing systems are called flat files. That is a flat file that stores the data in the plain text. And in a relational database, a flat file includes a table with one record per line. The different columns in the record are delimited by a comma or a tab to separate the fields. Okay, what is a flat file? It is a file. It is a kind of file in which there is a table, and in that table there is the information that is being stored, and in that table there is only one row, and in one row there will be multiple fields. Let's say student database is there, and student is having a name, roll number, age, course details, etc., etc. So in this way it is limited by and it is being separated by either comma or by tab. So I can make the columns. I am using the columns here. You can create comma, you can use the tab. Next is, what are the advantages of traditional file system? So companies mainly use file processing to handle large volume of structured data on regular basis. Next is, file processing design approach was well suited to mainframe hardware and batch input. Next is, file processing can be more efficient and cost less than a DBMS in certain situations. Next is, the design of the file processing is more simple than designing database. Next is, file processing costs less and can be more speed than database. And we can customize file processing more easily and efficiently than database, because files are related with the application, and if it have all the data needed for that application. Now, what are the advantages of traditional file system that I have discussed so far? Cost efficient. Now, as compared to the DBMS, that require the maintenance of the software, that require database administrator, it cost us huge, and it could cost us hefty amount in order to maintain the database. But if we are talking about the traditional file based system, it is not the case in that system. In addition, it would be easy for us to maintain the changes or to make the changes. I can easily, if I am having one register at my hand, I can just easily tear it down and make a new register. It just require manual effort, nothing else. So if I am talking about the database, it requires proper designing of the database. So many updates are required. so many permissions that are linked with that updates that are also required. So many queries will be there. Why you are updating the database, why you are doing this, why that, why this. So this process is never ending, so that is why it is more time consuming. Next is what are the limitations of traditional file-based system. First is manual effort is required. Lot of manual effort is required in order to maintain the database. So, or I can say resources like um, I can say manpower. Resources in the form of manpower are required to maintain the database. But in DBMS system, softwares are there. You can operate it anywhere, anytime by sitting on the internet. So the first is separated and isolated data. To make a decision, a user might need data from two separate files. Okay. Next is duplication of data. Duplication is the main issue in file-based system because data redundancy is the main concern about the file-based system. Next is data dependence. In file-based approach, application programs are data dependent. It means that with the change in the physical representation, how the data is physically represented in the disk, or access techniques, how it is physically accessed. Next is data redundancy. As I already explained, data redundancy means when data common to two or more information system is stored in several places. Similarly, data redundancy require more storage space because if the data is redundant that we are storing again and over, it require more space to store the same data. Next, maintaining and updating the data. It is very hectic task because if there are changes that are required to be performed in one file, they have to be reflected in all other adjacent files as well. So it would be difficult for us to do the same. Next is data integrity, refers to the validity of the data. Data integrity can be compromised because human errors when data is entered, errors that occur when data is transmitted from one computer to the another, software bugs, viruses, hardware malfunction, disk crashes, natural disasters such as fires and floods. Next is rigid data structure, a data structure that is hard to work with and inflexible. File processing is rigid when compared to the typical database management system. Next is data inconsistency, that is the same attribute may have different values. Data is inconsistent. Inconsistent means to say, if I am talking about initially the student database and uh, I am just looking at I just encounter the details about its association with the agriculture department. So it could show the inconsistency because he might have participated in the event that happened in the agriculture department. So I just came across that and it would be difficult for me to maintain the consistency of the data. Next is simplicity. The design of the file processing is more simple than designing the database because if we are designing the database, experts are required. Efficiency, file processing costs less and um, can be of the more speed than database. Next is customization. Customization, you can customize the file processing more easily as I discussed earlier. Next is difficulty in representing data from the user's view. To create useful applications for the user, often data from various files must be combined, and in file processing it was difficult to determine relationship between isolated data in order to meet the user requirement because data is spread over the various files. In order to integrate the same, it is the difficult process. Next is data inflexibility. Program data interdependency and data isolation limited the flexibility of the file processing system. Next is data security. File based system security is like Nothing. Anybody can steal your file at any moment of time. Next is incompatible file formats. Incompatible file formats, that is, there are no standards, no procedures, no I can say the particular format that is set by the organization, it could not be adhered to. So that is why it is creating the incompatibility in the formats that are being stored in the uh, files. Next is transactional problems. Why transactional problems occur? Due to the file-based system. The file-based system approaches does not satisfy the transaction properties like atomicity, consistency, isolation, durability. I will discuss these properties in the upcoming lecture because there is a full-fledged chapter on these asset properties, and I will discuss all these in details. Next is concurrency problems. Now, what is concurrency problems? If multiple users want to access the database at the same time, it is not possible in file-based system. Next is poor data modeling of the real world. The file-based system is not able to represent the complex data and relationships because it is just storing the data in its own way by following the directions of the particular authority that is present in their own department. So next is I am going to talk about DBMS. This was all about traditional file-based system. I am giving you the time of 2 to 3 minutes. Just have a look at all the slides that I have discussed so far. If you are having any query, you can ask me. I am giving you the time of 2 to 3 minutes. Next is DBMS, database management system. Database management system is a system software that allows user to efficiently define the database, create the database, maintain the database, and share the database. Defining a database involves specifying the data types. As I told earlier, I am just discussing about the difference between the file-based system and DBMS in detail. So defining a database involves specifying the data types, what type of data I want to store, characters, numbers, special symbols, structures, constraints of the data to be stored in the database. Creating a database involves storing the data on the some storage medium that is controlled by the DBMS. Next is maintaining a database involve updating the database whenever required to evolve and reflect changes in the database and also generating reports for each change. Next is sharing a database involve allowing multiple users to access. All we are just overcoming the problems that we encounter in the traditional file-based system. So this is what the DBMS is. Obviously, if a new system is invented, it should be kept in the mind that what were the problems that were being there in the previous system, so that we could not find those problems again, or we could not suffer from those problems again. So that is why it is the enhanced version of the file based system. So next is sharing a database involve allowing multiple users to access the database. Next is a DBMS also serves as an interface between the database and end user or application program. It provides control access to the data and ensures that data is consistent. Now, all the problems that we have discussed so far in traditional file based system, they are being overcome in the DBMS system. So, and it was corrected by the defining rules on them. So next is an application program assesses the database by sending queries or requests for the data to the database management system, and it can cause some data to be retrieved. Now, what does database mean? What does database mean? It is database. Data is stored and it is being managed by the system, a particular computer based system or a software system that is maintaining the data, and it is stored in the proper format, and the data is being retrieved by asking various queries. If I am raising any query, I will be like my query will be operated and I will receive the required result as a output in the form of the information. So next is there are various examples of DBMS software: MySQL database, MSSS. I have discussed MSSS and MySQL database so far. Next is Oracle database, Microsoft SQL Server, that is SQL Server. Next is FileMaker, NoSQL. Next is Post GRE SQL. Next is MX Fox Pro. These were the older systems that were being used. Nowadays, SQL Server is being used. You can use Oracle as well. Oracle is also used. So this is the figure of the DBMS. This is database where data is stored. This is the system because this is API, application program interface. So this is the interface between the user and the management system. So it is the database where all the data is stored. So in order to maintain the database, we require a database management system. System will be there and there will be the storage for the that system, because it is the management system and the management system is managing the database. It is managing the database of a particular organization, and it is working as an interface. It is working as an interface. It is processing the requests of the users and fetching the details from the database via database management system software, and in return it is providing the information to the requests that are being asked or queries that are being generated. So next is what is the overview of the database management system. Now, overview of the database management system. It is used for creating the database, maintaining the database. It permits firms to rationally manage the data for the entire firm, because data is available at the central level of the any organization and it could be handled by the DBA. Acts as an interface between the application program, that is DBMS, and the physical data files. Separate logical and design view of the data solve many problems of the traditional data file approach. Because DBMS are powerful, they require more expensive hardware, software, data network capable of supporting a multi-user environment. Next, it is more complex than a file processing system. And next, procedures for security, backup, and recovery are more complicated and critical. What are the components? Components are three types of languages: data definition language, data manipulation language, data dictionary. So what is data definition language? That will define the schemas of the database, structure of the database, physical. Next is data manipulation language. It is concerned with insert operation, delete operation, update operation. Next is data dictionary. It will store the definitions of the data. It will store the definitions of the data element and data characteristics. What are the advantages of DBMS? Scalability. Scalability means that a system can be expanded, modified. Next is better support for client server system. That is, in a client server system, processing is distributed throughout an organization. Client server system requires the power and flexibility of the database design. As I told you earlier, there is the central level. At the central level, the database is managed, and there are various departments who are having access to the central level at the single point. They are contacting via only the they are having single point of contact with the DBA that is situated at the central level. So the data is distributed in different departments, and different departments are managing their data, and they are reporting to the one administrator, that is DB. So it is distributed. Next is economy of the sale. That is the inherent efficiency of the high volume processing on larger computers. That is, the database design allow the better utilization of the hardware, because if a company maintains an enterprise wide database, processing is less expensive using a powerful mainframe server instead of using several smaller computer. One server is being used in order to handle the big database of a particular organization. Flexible data sharing as compared to the traditional file system. Next is enterprise wide application database administrator. DBA, what is the role of DBA? To administer the data, to administer the functions, all the functions that are happening in the database. He is handling all the database at the single place by having the sub managers at their places. Next is stronger standards, because there were no standards that were being followed in the traditional file based system, and in DBMS system there are various standards, there are various rules that a department should stick to while maintaining and storing the database. Disadvantages of DBMS, that is high cost of DBMS. A DBMS is a large and sophisticated piece of software. It is expensive to purchase or lease. Next is higher hardware cost, higher programming cost. Because why? Because in this, software and hardware is required instead of manpower. In traditional file based system, manpower was required. Next is high conversion cost. Different formats are used in files. When an organization converts to the database system, data has to be removed from files and load into the database. So this may be difficult and time consuming. Next is increased vulnerability. What does it mean? As we know that in DBMS, all the files are stored in the single database, so chances of database failure become more. Any accidental failure of component may cause loss of the valuable data. Accidental failure mean to say there will be the system crash in the middle of the transaction. Then it would be a problem for the database administrator. So this was all about my today's lecture, that is traditional file based system and DBMS system, and what are the advantages, what are the limitations, what are the disadvantages of both the systems that I have discussed so far. So if you are having any query about this lecture, you can ask me. I am giving you the time of 2 to 3 minutes. Just have a look at all the slides that I have shared. These are the references. Where you can find better understanding about the today's about the information about today's topic. Next is MCQs. This system allows easier access to data. The above statement describes database or file system. Data is much more vulnerable to unauthorized access because it does not uh, support a proper security system. The above statement describe database or file system. The data found in this system does not follow any rules, resulting in the same type of data appearing in different forms of the format. That is, the above statement describe database or file system. Next is the file system means that each department in an organization has their own set of files concerning the same subjects or item. This will lead to increased data security, increased data redundancy, increased cost of managing the system, increase the integrity of the data. Next is choose whether the below statement is true or false. Converting from a file system to the database system can be done easily and quickly, either true or false. There is one source for the data. Everyone or every program that wants to use the data must get it from the same source. The above statement will be increased data redundancy, increased data quality, reduce data security, create multiple copy of the same data. Next is it is much faster for the users and applications to obtain the data in this environment due to the fact that it can be easily connected to the network. The above statement describe database or file-based system. So errors are easily identified and corrected, thus improving the data quality. The above statement describes database or file system. Users does not need to be trained for them to be able to use this system. So the above system describe either database or file system. You have to choose any one answer. Next is designing this type of system needs careful consideration, plenty of time, and high understanding about the need of the organization. The above statement describe either database system or file-based system. So these are all the MCQs that you are supposed to answer. So this was all about today's lecture. If you are having any queries, you can ask me. I am winding this lecture up. Thank you.